Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how to do the scribble animation, otherwise known as a line animation. There's a lot of different things you can do with the scribble and line animations. They're really popular in music videos, promotional videos on social media, things of that nature. And they really help to accentuate movement and to just bring something to a shot that otherwise could be boring. And you add a little bit of color or animation to it, and now suddenly it's catching everyone's attention. Here we have a music video that I'm currently working on. I will make a video in the future about how I lay out my timelines and how I go about my editing process. But now I'm at the portion of my process where I'm just adding special effects. So I have a shot here that, to begin with, is just kind of a boring, plain shot. It's just of him walking at the exterior of a store. The shot is, by itself, it's a decent shot, but there's nothing special about it. There's nothing that's going to catch your attention. So I'm going to show you how it went from that shot to this shot. So I have the original clip here. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to right click, and then you're going to go up to replace with After Effects composition. This is going to take that exact clip and put it into an After Effects timeline where anything that you alter on that clip will immediately be transferred over into your Premiere project. As you see here, it brings your clip into the composition area. So because my clip in Adobe Premiere has an adjustment layer on it, or if you look here, it's cropped 10% and 10% top and bottom. Now I do the 10% crop on top and bottom because it's a really popular look for music videos and it gives it a really cinematic feel. So you're just going to have to ignore that when it's in because it doesn't account for adjustment layers in After Effects. So once you double click on composition, it'll open your footage in the layer tab, and that's where you're going to do your editing with the brush tool. So you're going to go up here and you're going to select the brush tool. And so now that'll allow you to start drawing onto the leg. I did a purple color for this animation, but this is how you would change. You could change it to anything, any of the RGBs. We'll just stick with that color. You're going to want to zoom into your footage a little bit to make it easier for when you're drawing your brush strokes. So if you're on Windows, you're going to hit Control plus, and if you're on Mac, you're going to hit Command plus. So for this animation, you're going to want to go frame by frame. On Windows, if you click Control and then right on the arrows key, that will allow you to go frame by frame so that you can have fluid motion within your brush strokes. It's very important that you keep continuity between each frame so that it'll appear as the line is actually being animated. It is worth it to note that the best footage to use for these animations is 24 frames per second. If you shoot in 60 frames per second, you're going to want to slow that down to the 24 frames per second before you put it into After Effects to do the line animation, or else you're having to do 60 frames for every second of footage as compared to 24 frames for every second of footage. Okay, so we're going to start the first frame. So what we're going to do is we're just going to draw little line like that, okay, just to get the line started. So then we're going to hit Control and then right on the arrow key, and that starts the next frame. So then we're going to go a little bit longer down the leg. So as you can see, it's starting to build the animation. So you're going to want to just keep repeating this process. So at this point, we have established how long the line is supposed to be. So now on the next frame, I'm going to start a little bit below the knee so that you can see the line is beginning to actually move and not just grow. So you're going to continue doing that for the entirety of the shot, and as you can see here, it's creating this animation. So if I go frame by frame, you can see it moving along. And that's how you create the line animation to accentuate movement. So if you followed the steps correctly, your shot should come out looking something like that. And it's worth it to be noted that I did this at a quick pace because I wanted the line to move fast in comparison to how slow he was moving. But if you want the lines to go slower, then as you're animating, you just draw the lines out longer. So it takes longer for the top of the line to go from point A to point B, and so on and so forth. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Give a thumbs up on this video so I know that I helped you out. And there will be another tutorial dropping next week. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you guys then.